You can go, Rafa.
Go,
Okay.
Rafa.
That's
I
okay.
guess,
What do you know about electric cars, Rafa?
I know it's not a new thing. I know in Brazil, many people, many people, né? Many people don't know, but we had a car brand here in Brazil before 2000 that make electric cars here, Gurgel, and but it's a technology that are being developed, and now there is good cars being electric faster than combustion cars, causa
Combustion
combustão.
engine, yeah, combustion engine, yeah.
What else? I know there is different types of electric cars. You have the hybrids types, carros híbridos, hybrid, yeah, that work. You have the combustion, the combustion motor,
Engine,
the combustion engine, and the electric parts with, and the full complete electric. And, it's a thing that in Brazil we start seeing some recharge points in the city and are growing up here. Yeah.
Okay. Rafa, pay attention when you're using there is or there are. When it's the plural, you use there are. So there are some types of electric cars, and they made another sentence with there is too. It was plural. So it's always there are if it's plural, right? Okay, so let's read this article together. Lou, do you have anything else you'd like to say? Because you were frozen. We didn't hear what you had to say.
No, it's just I never ride an electric car.
I never rode. Road. Ride, road, ridden. Yeah, never rode an electric car.
An electric car, just saw in the streets. And I think that the technology that was growing up in Brazil, but in
grow up. I'm sorry, grow up. You only use for people. Children grow up.
Okay.
Plants grow. An industry grows. Yeah, grow up is only for children growing up.
So only grow. Yeah. Okay. So it's a technology that is growing.
Yeah, or developing, I think, is even better for technology.
In Brazil, but I think that it's small steps.
Yeah. Okay. Plants also grow. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's see what he has to say, because this guy has had 2 electric cars already, so he probably has something to say. So let's begin maybe with maybe Gabriel. You can read the first paragraph.
Okay. So in April 2021, I wrote a piece for The Spectator, which became the most read article I have ever had published here. It began with the words, "I bought an electric car and wish I hadn't."
It's a good beginning.
Dramatic.
This is a British magazine, and English people, you have no idea how wonderful their sense of humor is. If you love Monty Python, does anybody here is a fan of Monty Python? If you know Monty Python, if you know this comedy group, you know what British humor is. It is the most amazing humor in the world. It's so great. And this guy has a lot of it. He's really good. He writes with a great sense of humor. So, okay, so maybe Gabriel, you can read the other paragraphs. It's just 2 little paragraphs.
So it was the story of my ill-judged decision to get a Hyundai Kona electric. I had hoped to use it to virtue signal, but it turned into the car from hell. Many readers were kind enough to laugh at my self-deprecating jokes.
Yeah, okay, so there's some vocabulary here, because this guy, he has a good sense of humor, and he also has a very good vocabulary, so he writes with difficult words sometimes too. So any questions of vocabulary here?
Virtual signal is an
Real judges.
Yeah, I saw these ones. Yeah, are these the ones that use? Are there any others? No.
No.
No, I saw this.
I also love. This is not a new expression or anything, but I just love this. The car from hell. I just think it's so funny. And they use it a lot. They say it a lot, right? It was the wife from hell, the husband from hell, the children from hell, or whatever. The car from hell, the house from hell. They use this expression a lot. Anyway, so it was the story of my ill-judged decision. You use this ill. Do you know this word?
When you are sick, like
Yeah, ill as an adjective can be a synonym of sick. But ill as a prefix like this indicates something that is done badly. So ill judgment, ill manners. Uma pessoa mal educada, you can say this person has ill manners. So it's just bad, right? So it was a bad decision, a decision that I had poor judgment to make this decision to buy this car. It was a bad decision, right?
It's kind of a synonym to misjudged.
Misjudged decision, right? But ill gives more, ill is stronger, I think, than miss. Miss gives more the idea of equívoco, right? Something that made a confusion. But ill is stronger than that. It's really bad decision. It's not just a mistaken decision. Virtue signal, I think, is very funny. Do you understand when he mentions virtue signal? I wanted to virtue signal with my electric car. What does that mean? To signal is to send a sign to people, right? You signal, you're sending a sign of something to people. So if you want to signal that you are a virtuous person, that you're very good, you're a good person. So you want to signal your virtue. You want to show people that you're such a good person. So you buy an electric car because you want to show people that you care about the environment. You're a good person. So he's very honest. He says, I just bought my electric car because I wanted to show my virtue to people, right? That I'm a good person. Yeah, so that's very honest. And so some readers were kind enough to laugh at my self-deprecating jokes. Do you understand this?
No.
To have self-irony, right? When you can make jokes about yourself. Self-deprecation is you know how to laugh at yourself. You're not too serious. You don't take yourself too seriously. So he's making jokes at his own misfortunes and bad experiences, tragedies. Yeah. Oh, the woman with the Iranian woman. They were not really self-deprecating because she wasn't making fun of herself, right? It wasn't self-deprecating. She was making fun of the Ayatollah Khomeini. She was making fun of tragedy, but she wasn't making. So it was not self-deprecating in that sense. Self-deprecating is when you make fun of yourself. Ros Soares was very self-deprecating about his size, about his weight, right? He made jokes about being fat and he had no problems about it. So he was self-deprecating. Next paragraph, let's go to Luisa.
Okay. I've always had a soft spot of gadgets. When electric cars started to become available in 2018, I ordered the Kona because it seemed to have a reasonable range of around 400 kilometers. It was a hatchback. It was a hatchback with the rear
back seats,
the rear
seats.
seats folded down. It had plenty of room for the dogs. It was delivered a year later, and it proved to be not just the ultimate lemon, but a ticky time bomb.
Right. It was a very bad decision. It was a very ill-judged decision. So vocabulary.
I was really confused about this ultimate lemon, but then I searched it on the internet. It's kind of an ultimate.
Yeah, how do you say that in Portuguese? Do you have an expression like?
Ultimate?
Yeah, it was like
something unsatisfactory.
Yeah, unsatisfactory. Yeah, unsatisfactory. Yeah. It was something that was not good. Yeah, the ultimate lemon. Yeah. A lemon, you look at a lemon, it looks beautiful, but if you eat it, it's acid and it's difficult to eat. So it's probably something like that. Looks beautiful, but Belo Antônio. Belo Antônio. Yeah. Okay. Any other vocabulary questions here?
Gets.
Sorry, gadgets. Yeah, gadgets. Gadgets are any devices, right? An electric car is a gadget, but also your smartphone is a gadget. Your iPad is a gadget. Your computer, all these electronic. Se vocês forem fãs do Agente 86, do you know this TV show, Get Smart? Agente 86. So he had a lot of gadgets. He had his shoe was a telephone, these are all gadgets. And also James Bond 007, he has lots of gadgets. His car is a big, huge gadget. He has the pen and he has this and that. These are all gadgets. So Aline, you're a big fan of Get Smart. You're a fan of Agente 86, Aline?
No, I just knew.
You know it. I'm a big fan of Get Smart. I love Get Smart. Yeah, I'm a big fan. I just love that so much. So funny. Anyway, sorry, Luisa?
The rear seat.
Yeah, the rear seats are the back seats, right? So you have the front seats where the driver sits and the passenger, and then you have the rear seats, back seats. Hatchback, you know this, right? This kind of car. I don't know how to say it in Portuguese. You know what a hatchback car is?
No, here we say just the hatch.
Hatch, okay. Yeah, okay. Because it's not a sedan, right? It's not like those boxy Volvos. It's a hatchback. Yeah.
And the soft spot for is what?
I always had a soft spot. You have a soft spot for something means you like it. You have a tendency to like that. I have a soft spot. Like you say, I have something in my heart. I love it in my heart. I have a soft spot in my heart for this thing. Yeah, I like it. It's the same thing. A range is okay, right? A range of around 400. Yeah. Okay. Lots of vocabulary, I know. But when you're reading it, even with this vocabulary, is it easy to understand? Can you follow even without all these words? Is it okay it's possible to follow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So let me erase all this. So let's go to Aline.
Okay. After publishing my exegesis is a kind of text.
Yeah, it's the text that he wrote. Yeah.
Exegesis and admitting my utter stupidity in ever purchasing this vehicle, I imagine the whole episode might quickly be forgotten. Instead, the piece went viral. The article, albeit aged.
Yeah. Velho agora, né? Old. Aged. Yeah.
Okay. Aged is still circulating widely on Facebook and beyond. So perhaps it's time to offer an update on the Kona and what happened next.
Okay. Any vocabulary questions?
Yeah. Albeit.
Yeah.
Albeit.
My utter stupidity.
My utter stupidity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Minha pura estupidez is just an adverb to qualify stupidity. Yeah.
Okay. And utter with always being together stupidity.
No, you can use it with other nouns as well. Utter stupidity, my utter disbelief.
Okay.
Yeah, you can use it with different nouns. And how do you know which ones, right? Okay, so this is something that we can, I'll talk about that in a minute. It's another use for collocations. You know the expression, you know what collocations are, right?
Mhm.
Collocations is a
Yeah.
combination of words. And utter stupidity is a collocation because it comes together. Utter disbelief is also but you cannot say it, you cannot use utter with anything. My utter love, you cannot say that because it's not common. People don't use it, so it's not a collocation. But utter stupidity is okay, utter disbelief. So these are different collocations with the adverb utter. Yeah. Anything else? Albeit, the article, albeit embora. It's like, however, yeah. Even though it was old, it's still circulating on Facebook. So far, so good? Okay. Gabriel, did you look for the word exegesis? Did you see what it means? What kind of, I know it's a kind of text, but I don't know exactly what are the characteristics. If it's an ironic text, if it's a article to relieve yourself. Did you find it? Anything? Did you look for it? No.
I think my research showed only like my explanation, my
exegesis, like an
my
analysis.
exegese.
Yeah, but I don't know in Portuguese what it is either. I know that you have this word.
That was my problem.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I know it's a kind of text, but I don't know what is the what kind of text. Is it irony? Is it criticism? What is it? I don't know. Anyway, that's okay. Okay, so before we go back there, let me just talk about collocation. So we have here the word utter, and we want to know what words go with it. So we can put on Google collocations with utter. So we can see what words go with it. So every time you're curious, you know, how can I use a word? You can go on Google and put the word collocations and the word you're looking for. And my favorite collocations dictionary disappeared from the internet. I don't know what they did with it. It's gone. Anyway, we can look here. Word reference, English collocations. So an utter waste of time is very common. The utter failure to understand. So here you have some choices where you use this word, right? You can't use it everywhere, but utter lack of support. So utter chaos. So there are a few.
Usually on like negative expressions.
Right. Yes. Yeah, you're right. Yes. Yes. Utter mass. Exactly. It gives the idea of negative. That you're right. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Utter failure. It's always negative words, right? With a negative connotation. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So collocations are a good thing to know. Whoops. Não era para apagar, mas tudo bem. Collocations are an interesting concept to understand because you can learn more how to use different words.
Yeah.
By searching, right? Okay. Let's go back. Okay, so let's go. I think it's Rafa. Have you read, Rafa? Have you read yet? No.
No.
So you can read this next.
Okay. In the piece, I explained that in
in addition to
the numerous secondary drawbacks of the car, including the inability to voyage farther than Montpellier.
Montpellier is a city in France. Montpellier Airport.
Then Montpellier Airport without exposure to crippling range anxiety.
Yeah, a lot of different, crippling range anxiety. Okay.
As a consequence of a fault in the main battery, the Kona suffered from the not inconsiderable problem of having the tendency to spontaneously combust. That's a problem. All over the world, cars similar to mine burst into flames and burned for hours, reducing themselves and everything in the near vicinity to a crisp.
Yeah. Okay, vocabulary questions.
Crippling.
Yeah. Okay. Cripple. A cripple is a person. A cripple is what we say aleijado in Portuguese, right? So it's not a word you use very much anymore. But a cripple is a person disabled. Hoje fala disabled, né? Disabled person who can't walk. Now, if you say something is crippling, like anxiety, this anxiety is crippling. It's so strong, the anxiety is so strong that it freezes you. You can't walk anymore. So crippling as an adjective, means something that freezes you. Crippling fear, crippling anxiety, or something like that.
Okay.
So in this
Here,
case, it's kind of an anxiety because of the range of the car, like the car
exactly. You don't know
go,
when the car's going to stop. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. You don't know when the car's going to stop. So you get nervous. You're driving this thing. You're always nervous because you don't know when it's going to. It's like, have you ever driven a car? Have you ever driven a car with little gasoline, and the gasoline is finishing, and you don't find the gas station? So that's that kind of anxiety, right? That's what they're talking about. Range anxiety. Yeah. Anything else?
These secondary drawbacks.
Drawbacks are disadvantages.
But I don't get this secondary.
Yeah, in addition, I explained that in addition to the numerous secondary drawbacks, he says there was many limitations to this car, many problems to this car. These were secondary because there was one more important problem, which is the fact that it burst into flames. Yeah, it caught fire. So this was more important than the range anxiety and these little problems.
So drawbacks is problem, yeah?
Drawbacks are disadvantages, problems, limitations. Yeah.
And to reducing themselves and everything in the near vicinity to a crisp.
Yeah, to reduce like something to a crisp. Yeah, this is the expression, reduce something to a crisp. A crisp is like crispy. Like I said, a couve na minha feijoada, the kale in my feijoada, I like it crispy, right? I like it crisp. I like it crocante. So to reduce everything to a crisp, like everything catches fire, it's reduced to thing like a piece of paper. When it burns, it becomes crispy, right?
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So the car reduced itself and everything around it into a crisp.
Is it vicinity? Near vicinity.
In the near vicinity.
It's near.
Yeah, around it. Everything around it. Everything near it. Yeah. In the vicinity. Yeah. Like we said, English has a lot of Latin words and a lot of Germanic words. So you have synonyms for the same thing. Vicinity is a synonym for neighborhood, sort of. Not a synonym, but they have the same idea. But vicinity is a Latin word, parece com vizinhança, né? So it looks like it is a word that's similar to a word that we have. And neighborhood is completely different. It's not Latin at all. It's more Germanic, or I don't know where it comes from. But English has a lot of these words that are duos. One is Germanic, one is Latin, and they have the similar meaning. Yeah. So I think we'll have to finish tomorrow. So if you guys, if you haven't read it, try to read it for tomorrow so we can finish reading together. Because when you read it before, it's easier to read out loud if you know what it's about. Because the first time you're reading out loud, it's
Mhm.
really complicated, right? You don't know what it means and you don't know how to pronounce. It's too much to do at the same time. But if you read it before, it always becomes easier to read a second time out loud. So try to read it, and we'll discuss it and look at vocabulary and look at your experiences with electric cars if you have any. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I hope you can show up tomorrow. Try to get the meeting room if you can. People who go to the office, like I know Gabriel goes to the office on Wednesdays. So if you can get a meeting room, it can be a good thing. Okay.
Okay. Bye, guys.
So see you tomorrow, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Bye.
Bye bye.